Hello there, lovelies. Welcome back to Bohemian Junk Journals. My name's Jenny. I am doing just one element in this video, and it's a tutorial. It's in the ecru and cream at a loss for words. Waterfall journal. Sorry, it's really late at night and I'm just about ready for bed now. I have had a visitor and I've been doing all sorts of bits and pieces. So this is my first time in my art room in a couple of days, and I am way behind with this journal and the mini series, and I wanted to put a video out for Sunday, which is Sunday is in about half an hour, because it's around 11:30 at night here in Adelaide. So I thought I'll just do one element, and I'm sure that many of you may have done one of these before, but then again, maybe not, and maybe my way of doing things, you might get something out of it if you have already done one of these before, you know, there might be something in my process that you think, oh, I didn't think of that. Anyway, I'm going to just get stuck into it. I have already prepared a lot of the element, and as you can, like, I haven't even put lace on or anything. I have done really not a lot in this journal, so we're just working on this inside back cover, and I will give you the measurements of my journal. It is 16 centimeters right on. Wow, okay. And it is so it's 16 wide and 21 3/4 long centimeters. So what I've done is I'm going to put in a removable notebook, or pad, writing pad, and some of the pages aren't for writing, but photos or pictures could be stuck on them or whatever. Meaningful bits and pieces that you don't want to throw out can be paper clipped to it, could be glued on or what have you. And then there are some writing pages. And just because I think that the Waterfall journal, although there is a bit of writing space, I like to have a journal that's got lots of writing space. And these Waterfall journals aren't very big, so I'm just adding a little bit extra. So I've got the papers already torn down. They're torn down on 3 sides, and I've got a mixture. I've got my backing paper, which I'll talk about in a minute, because this is probably not the right thickness, but I'll talk about that with you. And I've got the back of my card already prepared, pretty much. I just need to round this corner. Which is not really working. Just a minute while I try and get this to work. that's a bit better. I mean, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect because it's not going to be seen. So, so this is the back of my notebook, and I'm not going to ink it or anything because, like I said, it won't be seen. And so I've got my pages, and I just need to prepare the notebook first. So I'm just going to divide up my pages here, and so I've got 3 book pages of varying types, 2 book pages and a music book page, and I've got tea stain paper, and this is, I dyed this with Brusho powder. So I'm just going to no, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put these in. I will show you in a sec how I went about getting the size of my page and stuff. I'll explain that in a second. No, do that one. And this one. And this one here. And I'm trying to make sure that they're all even at the top. And then this one. That way. And then I'm ending mine with a book page, simply because I'm going to embellish it slightly. Right, and then the back of my notebook. And then I've got this piece, which is three and 3/4 centimeters by 12, just over 12 centimeters long. Essentially, it's the exact length of my book pages, and I'm going to staple that onto there. Stapler. Once there, once in the middle because it's gaping, and I'm just going to pull it close to me so I can make sure that I've got it in the right spot. Okay, so I've put 3 staples in, and here we have a notebook. Okay, so the way that I got the size was I looked at my page overall, my back inside cover, and I don't like my notebooks to be too close to the top, so I sort of worked out where in the page or cover, depends on where you're putting it, you can do this on a page, where I wanted it to situate, like how wide I wanted my pages, and how far down from the top I wanted my notebook to come, and then how far from the bottom I wanted my pages to sit. And at the bottom, it's not very much. It's about 1/2 centimetre. Yeah, 1/2 centimetre from the bottom, and I've got mine 2 1/4 centimetres from the top. Okay, and it's an even amount on either side, so it's not quite centered because there's less space at the bottom here, so it's not quite centered into the page lengthwise, but it is widthwise, and that gives my notebook pages, they are 12 centimetres wide, and 18 1/4 centimetres long. Okay, so that to me is a fairly good sort of situation. Now, how to make it removable, because this is just the inside back cover. I've got nothing on there. So what you need is a piece of, ideally, a piece of scrapbook card. It can be patterned, it can be plain, whatever you want. If you don't have that, you can get away with it with a fairly good thick book page, which this music sheet is quite thick, but I think with the only issue with it is that with pulling the notebook in and out, like when it needs to be replaced, the opening could get damaged over time. So what I've done is I've cut my music sheet to fit my page exactly. All right, and then I've placed my notebook where I want it to be. Oops. Oh, sorry. This is the side that you're going to see. This is the side that you're not going to see, because this will get glued down. All right, so I turned it over to the back side, and I placed my notebook to where I wanted it to be situated on my page. And I marked out the area of my notebook top section, just the top section here. Okay, I marked it out, and then on that I glued a good strong scrapbook card. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a sip of coffee. And I glued that on with PVA glue. I would recommend that you glue it on with either PVA glue or Fabri-Tac or art glitter glue, one of the stronger glues, not just a glue stick. You just want to be sure that this opening area is going to be strong. Okay, so, and then what I did was I turned it back over to the front, and I folded the top down over this, and then I folded that over there. So now that has given me a clear indication where I'm going to put my opening. All right. So now what I want to do is I'm just going to re-measure my notebook. I might actually, all these folds, it won't matter because you're going to glue this down, so don't worry about that. So I'm just going to fold that like that, just so that I've got a clear, defined area. And I'm just going to measure my notebook again. The width is 12 centimeters, just making sure. And to make sure that when it goes in the slot, it's sitting at the right spot once it's in. This is my top, so I need the top of my notebook to be near the top, because if I put my page back on here, this is where the bottom of my page is, and this is the bottom of my notebook, and that is exactly where I want my notebook to sit once it's in properly. Okay, so I don't want it really sitting too much lower. It can come down another millimetre or so, but that's it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide this down a fraction, just a fraction, and I'm going to mark it. Where's my texter? I'm going to put a spot about a centimetre in. Actually, not there, just there. And making sure I've got this straight, and a centimetre in this way, around there. Now I'm going to run my ruler along to make sure that I have got that straight. What you really need is a level, don't you? But that does look straight. Right, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to punch a hole in there. Okay, where there's a will, there's a way. I'm just going to fold this down just to give me a little bit of room. And we'll get this crocodile in here. And that is for, I can't remember the size of my eyelets. They're not tiny eyelets, but they're not huge ones. Can't remember. I keep putting it in the wrong spot. I can't remember the size of the eyelets. They're the common size that everyone uses. Okay, now I can fold that back. Now, I'll just get that out of the way because we don't want any accidents happening. Now you need preferably a metal ruler. I don't have one, so I'm just going to fumble about with my wooden one. You're going to put your ruler so that it's halfway, covering half of the bottom half of your punched holes. And then you're going to get your craft knife and I assume that you can see that better. This hole is a little bit lower, but that's not, it's just a fraction, an absolute smidge. It's not going to make a huge amount of difference. Alright, not in the grand scheme of things. It's going to be fine. So you cover your holes, the bottom half of your holes, with your ruler, and you start from this side of your hole, not that side, and you come all the way along to the other hole. I think I was actually on my ruler then. This is a very press. Just following the line that I've already scored in. Once you've got it cut, it's not too bad, even if it's not cut all the way. And then you get in with some sort of fine scissors and finish your cutting if it hasn't cut all the way, like mine. Without cutting through to the other side of the hole. You do not want to do that. Okay, so you have a slot now. See? My card is cut. And now that, before gluing it on, test it out. That should fit, and it's not fitting. So guess what? I'm gonna, how much room have I got? I'm gonna use the back of my book. So what I'm doing is, this is how you fix things up on the fly. Okay. Alright, so I just need to very carefully finish snipping that. Okay, that one's done. Alright, and then what you do is you take that out. So just move the top piece and cut this. You will get a very much straighter cut if you've got a metal ruler and your craft knife. I haven't got a metal ruler and my craft knife is just catching on my wooden ruler. So I'm going to very carefully cut a straight line. Come on. These scissors aren't very sharp. Okay, how are we doing? Test it out again. I'm going to get in there. Go in the slot. No, it's, I didn't cut it far enough. You Wally. I'm just going to snip it. There we go. Right, and just need to snip there. Okay. hopefully it's going to fit this time. That's because that side's not, this side didn't cut open. Here we go. And still not quite now. How much space have I got? I can cut this a little bit more because I've got more space on this side. It's the old saying, best to not do enough to start than do too much, because you can't put it back once you've cut it. And then you slide your booklet in. And it's still not quite. It's just as well I put the card on the back longer than I needed to. There, now we're cooking with gas, as they say. It's a very old saying. I haven't heard that saying in a very long time. There we are. Now it's in. Okay. All right. So you're not going to glue this down. What I suggest you do is that you mark your area of your notebook. And give it a couple of millimeters boundary, so you're not marking it exactly to the size, you're doing it a couple of millimeters wider. Okay, and then take it out. Okay, back to the inside cover. Alright, so now all this section here, all this section does not get glue. Okay, the glue is around here only. Alrighty. Make sure you get to the very, very edge of your paper. And not too close to your drawn line. Allow for some seepage to that side, because you do not want any glue seeping over that line that you've drawn, because if you do, you won't be able to get your notebook in. Okay. I hope I don't stuff this up on camera. Because I can't do this again. And then make sure you get your page exactly in place. First time, first go. All right. Okay, where's my cloth? Don't let it move. Of course, if you wanted to have your page inked around, you could do that prior to gluing down. I'm not worrying about that. Now, while that's drying, I'm going to just decorate this page. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some lace at the top. I'm going to keep that. See if I can pull some bits out. I'm going to cut that bit off because that doesn't look very nice. And I'm going to glue that on, which is the right way. That's this way. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue across there. And that's just covering the staples. That's the only reason really why I'm decorating it. You could, of course, glue that piece of card on both sides of your, like you could staple your papers and then glue the card over the top, like a page tab type of thing. You could do that. But I didn't actually, that's how I usually do it. But never mind, it's okay, it's all good. And I'm going to put on a flower. Of some description. No, maybe I'll put that down there. No, you know what I'm going to put there? I'm going to put one of these, but not a light colour. I don't really want a light colour. That one would be alright. Field notes, that'll do. You could get one of those brass book plate thingies to go on there. with a you know, one of these labels inside it if you wanted. I don't have very many book plates left, so I'm not putting one on here. I'm just going to put the field notes thing there, and that's it. Maybe I might put a butterfly. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave it at that. So here I'm going to put some of this. Maybe not. We'll see. It might look yucky. It's too big. Come on. Like that. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Alright. Here's my glue. And I may as well put the glue on here as well. And sorry about the loud noises. Right, so we need this piece first. Hopefully without tearing it. You don't have to decorate your pages. I just would like to decorate mine. Alright, so that's that. And I might put a label down here, just a small label. I had one here before. Here it is. There we go. Just there. Okay. So this should be dry enough now. I shouldn't disturb it too much. So now we put this in. And that just slides in like that. All the way. Come on. There we go. It's going to come down a bit more. Oh. Okay, there we go. It's up a little bit higher than what I wanted, but it's not that much higher. So that's okay. So that's the tutorial, that's it. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you've made one before, and if you haven't, whether you think you might do that in one of your next journals. If you wanted to do this concept on a page, you most certainly can. You just need to make sure that the page is scrapbook thickness, scrapbook paper thickness, like the thicker scrapbook paper. If it's not, glue some book page on top of the page, and or some kind of paper on top, and and then scrapbook paper or reinforced paper like I did for the top section for your book to slide into. All right, so you could certainly do that on any of your journal pages, but you just need to do a little bit of extra preparing. I usually put these on my inside front or back covers because they're already thick and I don't need to reinforce the actual backing. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done it on a journal page, ever. I've always done it on the inside, back and front covers. Alright, so I'm not going to do the adding of lace to pages on a video because you all know how to glue lace on. I will talk about it during the video, the next video that I do. But I am going to do interactive pages. So I've got a couple of ideas and I reckon I can get 2 pages in on a video. So I'll be doing that in the morning when I wake up, and I'll post it to come up on your YouTube feed on Monday, so you're going to get an extra video this week. And yeah, hopefully you'll like the interactive elements that come out. So that, yeah, see, slides in and out nice and easy. Wonderful. Bye for now. Peaceful blessings and happy crafting to you all.